What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode. We got a great one for you. Billionaires building bunkers. We got to see what all of this is about. As a disclaimer, don't believe anything you see in these videos. Don't believe anything that I say. Do your own research. I know a lot of you skip the intro so you don't see this, but I say it all the time. Don't ever believe anything that I say. Don't believe anything that anyone says. Go do your own research. On that note, let's check out why they're building these bunkers.
Don't you think it's weird that 15 billionaires are building bunkers? Listen carefully, it's scary. In the last week, a jaw-dropping 15 billionaires secretly constructed underground bunkers. Billionaires such as Mark Zuckerberg, OpenAI CEO, Sam Altman, and even President Biden are rushing to build their own bunkers. Conspiracy theorists aren't buying that this is just a coincidence. So what do our wealthy elites apparently know that we don't? With global tensions at an all-time high, some speculate it's related to looming worldwide chaos. Are billionaires preparing for economic collapse, natural disaster, or even nuclear war? The timing is extremely suspicious. One truth is clear. These bunkers are not for show. They're fully equipped high-tech shelters stockpiled with years of supplies. But what terrifying threat has so worried the powers that be? Some just see paranoid panic. But could billionaires truly be receiving inside warnings of impending catastrophe? If the richest humans are now seeking shelter, should the rest of us start developing our own escape plans just in case?
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think there's a good reason for it. I don't think it's a scare tactic. I don't think it's a fear tactic. I think they have a valid reason for it. Let's see if there is.
Hey, and that's how it goes. What he building a $270 million bunker? What do you know that we don't know, Cat?
Kim Jong-un? Well, I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country?
Mm-hmm.
They got people like me in charge of nuclear bombs.
That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi.
Yo, what? Bro, that is crazy. We got nuclear bombs running on Wi-Fi before we got GTA 6.
Mark Zuckerberg spent $270 million to construct a doomsday bunker designed to make him the last survivor in the event of an apocalypse. Is the end of the world really approaching? In this video, we explore the interior structure of the doomsday bunker, located in the central United States in Kansas. This bunker was originally a missile silo, transformed into a luxury fortress by billionaire Larry Hall. The opulence inside is noteworthy, and for a price one can seek refuge here. Reportedly, it costs $1 million for residency. The bunker spans 15 levels, with a total area exceeding 5,000 square meters. The first underground level has recreation facilities. The second is a mechanical level. The third is a store level. And the fourth house is a private hospital. Below these are 7 levels of luxurious living areas. The bottom 4 levels consist of classrooms, a library, a bar, a gym, and a cinema, all accessible via an elevator. The swimming pool contains seawater, maintained at around 28 degrees Celsius by a computer-controlled system. Additionally, there's a climbing wall and an underground shooting range. The cinema has a collection of over 3,000 movies, constantly updated. The classroom level caters to children aged 3 to 12, equipped with Apple computers. The bunker also includes an aquaculture system. The tanks not only house fish, but also use the fish waste to grow vegetables. There are stores of canned food, and the bunker is equipped with computer-controlled ventilation, various backup fuels, water sources, and air filtration systems. Would you be willing to spend over $1 million to live here in the event of an apocalypse?
I remember doing some research on this specific bunker and the people who build them. And yeah, they're up for residency. You can buy your way into one. But one thing that scares the hell out of me is everybody's living on the bottom few floors. So what if some catastrophe happened at the top and just blew through it and all of that weight crashed down from the top floor to the bottom floor? Now you got double the weight. Second floor to the third floor. And it's just crashing, 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 crashing. That's what terrifies me about that type of bunker.
We breaking ground. I'm excavating. It's going down. Y'all know how I love real estate, and I usually like to build and go up. We going underground now. One time for all my doomsday preppers. Elon Musk, I see you. I saw your ground plans. I'm impressed, but guess what? My bunker gonna have a garage. My bunker gonna have wings. Huh? Yeah, we breaking ground. Huge excavations. You gotta have your fluids. I got a water maker, a machine that makes water out of H2O.
Did this fucking idiot just say, I got a water maker that makes water out of water? He said, I got a machine that makes water out of H2O. Stick to rapping. You should not be. Fuck. Idiot.
Got a water maker. We got our canned goods. So if you're thinking the brothers ain't ready, we ready. It's a beautiful day to be a boss. You alive, so you've already won. Just understand, your goals don't give a fuck about your excuses and vice versa. You control everything. You do. You the shot caller. You the boss. And you the biggest boss. And your life is the biggest position you will ever hold. You the CEO of your life.
You abandoned me. I don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. I don't live here anymore.
Is it conceivable that even nuclear Armageddon could be part of a crisis response solution mentality? Let's have a look at some of these bunkers that are available for Bill Gates and his billionaire buddies. I've got to tell you, they're actually fucking lovely.
Whatever is happening in the world outside, you can rest easy.
What type of moral centre is implied by the statement, no matter what's going on in the world outside, you can rest easy? Oh, look at that. Another child dying of radiation sickness. The gardener doesn't look well. Oh, look at that. Algeria just sunk into the sea. Like, you can't rest easy. What kind of person are you if you can tolerate and cope with Armageddon just because you've got a decent wine cellar?
And live fully in times of tranquility and in times of unrest.
He's actually literally having a cigar in there. Fuck 'em.
Love Russell Brand. He's always got good points in everything he says.
Have you heard about the Zucker bunker? Mark Zuckerberg's been acquiring property in Hawaii for over 7 years, investing over $270 million to build a mansion with an underground bunker with a labyrinth of tunnels. It's a trend amongst the elite and super wealthy. Now, he's gone as far as suing some of the local Hawaiians to have this land on a really remote Hawaiian island. I want to know what he knows. All I know is when the world ends, I'm knocking on the door of the Zucker bunker and begging to let me in.
I wonder if that's what's going to happen. If when all this happens, people are going to just start heading to these bunkers because these are the people that have been, not all of them, but a lot of them are the people that have been controlling things and making things the way they are. So I wonder if, it gets to the point to where it's kind of Walking Dead-ish, and people are fighting over supplies and, just basic things to keep you alive. And I wonder if people are gonna, especially when you got, militants that, have bombs and can create bombs. I wonder if they're gonna go to some of these bunkers and just blast the doors off and or go through the side, dig holes and get through the side where the big concrete door doesn't exist and just blast through the side and get inside of there and just start raiding them. I'm wondering if that would happen. I'm pretty sure it would, because that would be one of the main places after everything else is looted and gone through. Those would be the main places to go, or the first places to go. What do you guys think? I don't know.
We're in the end times. Several billionaires are buying bunkers, preparing for something we don't know about. Stay until the end, because I'll explain why they're doing these wealthy people are trying to escape the wrath of God. The billionaires of the world knows better than we do that we're nearing the biblical apocalypse. There are 4 signs that the biblical end times are near, and these billionaires are preparing for it. If you aren't sure about what I'm implying, let me briefly tell you about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The 4 horsemen aren't physical beings, but instead metaphorical representations for events to come. The white horse represents conquest. Conquest means control of a place or people that has been gained by military force. This is clearly happening in the Israel and Palestine conflict. The red horse represents civil wars. As we know, there is a civil war happening with Israel and Palestine right now. The black horse represents famine, which are food shortages. And lastly, the pale horse simply represents being unaligned. Interestingly, billionaire singer Beyonce was seen riding all of these horses in magazine covers, music videos, and photo shoots as if she's symbolically warning the other elites that we're in the end times. This is not a coincidence that she did this. These billionaires study these signs and know we're currently in the times I just covered. This is proof that
The Simpsons predicted something really disturbing for 2024. In season 24, episode 9, Homer senses trouble and prepares a stocked bunker. Then, Springfield gets hit by a massive solar superstorm. No warning, just chaos. It shuts down everything. No electricity, no internet, total standstill. The show's take on this mirrors what might happen in real life. And now, not long ago, NASA has found a huge hole in the sun, spewing storms at an insane speed of 1.8 million miles per hour towards Earth. The last time we had a storm like this was way back in 1859, the Carrington event. Now, scientists think this 2024 storm could be 60 times stronger than that one, the most powerful ever. These storms could wreak havoc on Earth. Think satellites, power grids, GPS, and worst-case scenario, even wiping out the internet and our tech permanently. Recovering from that might take decades. It's a ticking time bomb, and we might just be on the edge. But did you know that...
Yeah, I didn't know that they were talking about 2024, but yeah, Simpsons, I always go with what the Simpsons have got to say. But there's ways around protecting your electronics. These are EMPs and stuff like that, solar flares. They can only affect solid-state devices, so devices with circuit boards, newer devices. If you've got older TVs that have vacuum tubes and stuff like that, that won't be affected. But most of the stuff that's out there today will, unless you've got, you better start collecting, your older electronics, your older utilities, stuff that works and is all mechanical with the least amount of electrical, especially no solid state parts. So no integrated circuit boards, no ICs, no solid state devices. Yeah, that's what's. But still, even solar panels are going to get hit, but they're not going to completely take them out, but it's going to be a pretty big drop in their effectiveness. They're not going to be as effective as they were before they got hit if they get hit by one of these.
Billionaires are prepping luxury doomsday bunkers with moats that set on fire.
Don't tell me the billionaires are scared of the 99%. Why do they think that we would infiltrate their bunkers? It's not like they've been paying us oppressive slave wages and making it hard for us to afford food. Oh, wait. Maybe they're just projecting these fears because they're realizing what they're doing to humanity is unsustainable. I mean, you certainly don't need a fire moat to deal with climate change. Anyway, all I'm saying is thank you to the contractors for giving us this really interesting information. Gorilla Team 1, you're going to need fire gear.
She's got a point. Not sure what all points she has, but she's got some. It could be valid.
Pay attention and listen, because the video I'm about to show you might explain the reason why all of these billionaires are building bunkers. Look.
There is a 100% probability that our sun, generating what they call a GMD, which is a solar storm, that hits our Earth and the magnetic field that we have around the Earth, and can fry everything that is electric above the ground, including our entire grid.
And this would happen organically, naturally? That's just what the sun does?
It has happened. There was they call it a Carrington event, which happened in, I think it was 1859. And at that time, basically we had telegraph lines, that as far as electricity goes. And it fried our entire telegraph system. It was set up, had to be replaced. And
the entire thing?
The entire thing. And so imagine what that would do now with a very large storm, which there's a 100% chance of it happening. And that was a 100-year event, they call that one. And
I'm not good at math, but
in the trillions of dollars that it would take to replace all that, plus we wouldn't even get to spend those trillions of dollars, because it would take out not only the electricity, but all of our entire infrastructure, and our society runs on electricity. We don't know how to live without it. You turn on, there wouldn't be any water in your tap. You couldn't get gas for your car because the whole system is broken down. Everything that we rely upon would be gone. The food would melt in our refrigerators. There would be, and they predict within a year, about 90% of the population would be dead from starvation, disease, or, people, it gets back to the Stone Age.
Yeah, he has an absolute valid point, and I agree. But does anyone think that maybe it's not solar flares? Maybe it's the government actually sending out an EMP from a satellite? Or it could be Russia or China sending out an EMP. It doesn't necessarily have to come from the sun. You can get a coronal mass ejection, a CME, that would just shut down the entire world for a while. But there's ways to protect against it. There's ways to protect your electronics. People call the tinfoil hat people, call them crazy, but tinfoil is actually something you can wrap your stuff with. You wrap it in cotton, like take a steel trash can, the old steel trash cans, and you wrap that with, cotton, like blankets or towels that are pure cotton, and then you wrap it in tinfoil. 3, 4, 5 layers of tinfoil with no cracks or leaks anywhere between them. And then you put all of your electronics in there. That will actually save your electronics from an EMP. Or you could try to build a Faraday cage, and you can do it with wire and tinfoil. I used to work in a Faraday cage, but it was a real Faraday cage. It was all copper mesh. So I had a landline in there, because the second I went in there, my phone, anything I had on me, just completely stopped working. The signals didn't get out, so just dead zone. So I would say build a Faraday cage. If I could, I'd build a Faraday cage around my house. Probably could. It would look weird because, all that tinfoil, but yeah, it's a good idea to do, and it's probably something I'm going to do. Probably get some devices that I want to make sure that I have that still work after this, and, put them in one of those steel boxes or mesh cages, not copper. You could use steel or tinfoil or both, but yeah, probably something I'm definitely going to do.
Billionaire bunkers. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey. They're all building massive underground bunkers. Why? Who knows? Could be a new pandemic, could be World War III. How do we build bunkers? Well, if you don't have the funds, let me tell you a little secret on how you can go off-grid. It's called a home energy savings loan. You can put up to 15% of the after-repaired value of your property into home energy efficiency. So you can move off the grid by getting a power wall or solar panels that would make you non-reliable on the local power grid. Although this isn't a billionaire bunker, it's a way that if there's a catastrophic event, you're prepared and better equipped than your neighbors.
That's actually something I've been planning to do for a long time, and I've been dying to do. Do you know it's illegal in most states to even catch rainwater? Like, they have these things where you can take your gutters and then you cut that piece, and then it goes into like a big, it looks like a big bin, but it just takes the rainwater in there, and then you can use that filtered rainwater for watering your plants, washing your car, whatever you want. You know that's illegal in most states? It's illegal to catch rainwater in most states and use it. because they want you dependent upon them. But no, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of these things. I've already got certain things in play. I've got food, I've got water. I need to get a lot more, but I'm starting. I've started and I'm still building, but you got to start somewhere.
Billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg are building underground doomsday bunkers. This is end times prophecy. The Bible says in Isaiah 2:19, and this is about the end times, people will flee to caves in the rocks and to holes in the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord and the splendor of his majesty when he rises to shake the earth. We are seeing that very thing happen when these billionaires are literally fleeing to holes in the ground. They're spending hundreds of millions of dollars for underground bunkers, and they're hiding from something. But what is to come, you cannot hide from and you cannot flee from. The presence of God and the judgment of the Lord is inescapable. In the end, your money, fame, connections, and status will not help you. The only thing that will matter is relationship with Jesus Christ. Comment, Jesus is coming back. God bless you.
What do you guys think? Do you think that's true? Do you think it's biblical prophecy that they're afraid of? Or do you think it's the other 99% that they're afraid of? Or do you think they know something that we don't know, like an EMP is going to happen that they're afraid of? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. It could be a lot of things. Whatever it is, they're definitely preparing for something that the rest of us do not have solid information on. So that's the best I can say, because I have no idea.
This 1,000-year-old Bible prophecy is happening right now, and billionaires are terrified. Isaiah 2 verse 19 mentions how God's enemies will hide underground and in caves in fear of him. And I quote, "People will flee to caves in the rocks and to holes in the ground from the fearful presence of the Lord and the splendor of his majesty when he rises to shake the earth." As we know, several billionaires have built underground bunkers recently. What's strange is how they all built these bunkers around the same time, each costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Mark Zuckerberg even went as far to make a doomsday bunker. Even though some people think they're just doing this because of upcoming solar storms, there's something much deeper happening. The book of Isaiah was written over 1,000 years ago, and it prophesied this exact time we're in now. We must begin taking the Bible seriously because it is very real and the elite understand that. Now that we know these billionaires are building bunkers, that must mean we're close to Christ returning.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. That was just a bunch of bunker stuff I wanted to put out just to get some stuff out there about what's going on with the bunkers, why it could be going on, things you can do to protect yourself from it. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.